isn't there validity to feeling necessary, feeling accomplished, feeling like you did what you were supposed to do and take a little credit? All we ever talk about is, that it's not about us, and it's not about being perfect, and it's not about the reward. It's all about him. So if we break it down, obviously we have a human side and we have a godly side. The ideal for the human is to achieve, to have something to be proud of, to feel like you're a real mensch. That's the mensch part of you, and it's heaven. So when the mensch does behave like a mensch, that's a menschlich heaven. That is certainly not the reason and purpose of creation. It can and should motivate you to do the altruistic thing and serve God without thought of a reward, because you're not consumed with yourself. So to not be distracted by the human side, we either ignore it or complete it. If you are really a mensch, if you really are looking to fulfill the purpose for which you exist, then you are capable of the higher service, of the altruistic service. Whereas if you're still worried about yourself, am I a mensch, am I not a mensch, that's painful and that's a distraction. So if we could all really be fulfilled human beings, it would free us to be able to do what we were really created for. We certainly were not created to be a mensch, because the more mensch you become, the less content you are with being a mensch. I think we spoke about this, that the definition of a human being is a human being is not content to just be human. We are pretty impressive people. So when we are fully human, actualized human beings, we're not content. Because we were created human, we don't really get much credit for being human. And that makes us feel that there is something above and beyond. And it's not that when we serve God properly, then we do feel content being a mensch. No, it's a different contentment. It's like trying to make your spouse happy so that you'll have a better life versus trying to make your spouse happy. End of sentence. So there are the needs of the human soul, and they're valid because you got to be a mensch. The human soul should not be an animal, it should be a mensch. But then the purpose for which we were created is to serve God his way, his terms, all about him. What does it mean to serve God altruistically, but not out of love? Isn't love the motivation? Of course you serve God. You do exactly what he wants. Why? Because you love him. No? Why else? Why would you do what he wants if you don't love him? So there is this notion, this idea, you don't do for the one you love the one you do for. If you do things for people, you get to love them. Or you do things only to people you already love. I think both are true in their own way. The idea of serving God beyond your love. What is beyond love? What other motivation could there possibly exist? I want to do for you because, well, either I'm afraid of you or I love you. It's either because I want to get closer or because I'm afraid of losing you. We'll talk about this more when we get to the definition of words. But what is there? What is there beyond the love? See, here's the thing. My love for you is a bridge. There's me. I've got my shtick. And then there's you. And you've got your shtick. So why would I do for you? Because I love you. So it's my love that motivates me to do for you. But without my love for you, how am I connected to you? Why would your need influence me, motivate me, and inspire me if I don't love you? In other words, my love is a condition. Even if it's unconditional love, the condition is still that I have to love you, otherwise I won't do it. So yes, when two people are separate entities, they need that to bridge the gap. So my love reaches across the gap to make you significant in my life so that I want to do for you. But there's a greater reality and a greater truth. If you're everything, if you are the creator, if you are the architect of it all, do I have to love you before your will is important to me? In other words, can't you be important in my reality without my having to approve of you emotionally, which means love? So do I have to love you for you to be important? That's a serious question. Is it my love that makes you important? Certainly with God. Is it my belief in God that makes God real? Is it my love for God that makes him important? So again, as human beings, of course, I have to feel something for you to motivate me to do for you. That's the human side. That's the part of me that is separate from God and needs a bridge. Love is the bridge. But can we serve God when we really don't love him? When we have seemingly legitimate reason to not love him? It's like that story about Yossel the Rockover. I think it's a fictional story, but it makes a good point, where he writes to God as he's dying, the last defender of the Warsaw Ghetto, and he writes a note to God saying, "You've tried your almighty best to shake me from you. And with my dying breath, I want you to know you failed. Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad." Now you can say, well, that's love. His love was unconditional. Or you can say, it's beyond love. Where love can't go, God can go. So to say that our connection to God is dependent on love, that can't be. The love is a result of who God is. Knowing who God is, we should love him. But even without the love, God is God, and we are only his creations. Shalom Aleichem. How are you? You know, I do a lot of talking, a lot of Zooming, many classes, many subjects, but that's all formal stuff. Hopefully good stuff, but formal. We also have a Wednesday night meeting that's more informal and kind of Hamish. If you want to join us for that kind of an event, interactive, time for questions and so on. If you want to join us for this side of conversation, click on the link below and join us every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. Well, maybe not every Wednesday night, but we try to make it every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock, a more informal chat, which can be more enjoyable at times than the formal stuff. So check it out. Click on the link and join us. Try it. You'll like it.